Thank you for joining me today. My name is Sadie. This is Mindful Mystical Muse, and this is actually the first yoga practice going up on this channel, so I'm super grateful and excited for you to be here. This week, a few days ago in the US, we celebrated Thanksgiving, which is a holiday that reminds us of abundance and gratitude. So I wanted to lean into those themes today and kind of continue and deepen where we left off through that holiday. So we'll do a lot of heart opening exercises today to really get some flow going and open ourselves up to abundance while rooting into gratitude for the things already in our life. So for this practice, I would recommend having a block or two or a bolster. If you don't have either of those, just grab a. And that'll be it. Grab some water, tea, whatever will make you comfortable. And get on your mat, a towel, whatever works for you. Let's begin in a seated position. Go ahead and move any flesh out from under your sits bones. Lengthen the spine. Shut down the eyes or return the gaze down to the floor. And let's go ahead and just begin noticing our breath. Noticing the quality of it, if it's shallow or deep. If we're feeling relaxed or a little fidgety. Just take a moment to notice these things. Let's take our left hand to our heart. Begin to control the breath now. Inhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Just continue this pattern. As we go through our practice, try to maintain equal inhales and exhales, coming back to the breath and trying not to let it get ragged. If you find yourself shallow breathing and kind of gasping for air, it means you're pushing too hard. Just come back a little bit. Maybe don't go as deep into your clothes and take a notification. Let's start by down our neck, bringing our right ear toward our right shoulder. Let it roll across our chest. Left ear, ears of the left shoulder. Go back across the front, and we'll take a release. Reaching with our left ear toward our left shoulder, let's reach the right fingertips out. Maybe take the left hand and place it gently on. Not pulling it down, but just adding a little bit of extra weight. Continue breathing here. Left fingertips reach out. Hold our right head toward our right shoulder. And the right hand can gently rest on the head. the right hand down. Let's roll the shoulders up toward our ears and down. Bringing the shoulder blades together behind us. Then rolling them inward, up toward the ears. Rounding out, bringing the shoulder blades together and down. A few more circles here. Reach your arms over. Place the right hand down beside the hip again. Inhale, lift through the spine, and spills over to the right. We're going to keep our shoulder in line with our ears. Our elbow in line with our ear. Inhale, both arms up. Left hand comes down, lift through the spine, and lift. Again, bicep, elbow, wherever stays in line with the ear or behind. Maybe rolling out the wrist here if that feels good for you. I've been doing a lot of holiday crocheting, so my wrists are needing a little extra love. Inhale back to center. Hands come through heart center. Exhale. Alright, let's go ahead and roll up into a tabletop position. Bringing the knees beneath the hips and hands below the shoulders. As we inhale, we're going to bring up the belly, reaching through the spine. Good lifts, elbows goes up toward the ceiling. Exhale, round through the spine. Head falls, gaze goes toward the belly button. We'll cycle through here. Inhale, cow. Gaze up. Exhale, cow. Back to a neutral spine. We'll do what's called threading the needle, but we're going to take a few passes before we drop all the way through. Just watch me first and maybe do the side that you're facing the monitor. So I'm going to take my right hand, inhale, lift, exhale, bring it through, but stay. Inhale, lift, exhale through, hovering. Inhale, lift, exhale through, and something all the way down so my shoulder and my right ear are on the mat. You can take my left hand out in front, behind and behind, or you can keep it where it was, whatever works best for you. If you'd like a more difficult variation, feel free to straighten your left leg. Take the left hand back in front of the face, kind of beneath the shoulder. Inhale, lift, straighten through that left arm, and lift. And we'll plant it down beside you. You can do the same thing on the other side. Left arm, inhale. Take it through, hover. And lift. Take it through, hover. Lift. all the way through this side. Taking whatever variation of the right arm feels best. And again, modifying by straightening and lifting the right leg if that's in your practice today. We'll plant the right hand under the shoulder, straighten through, lift the left arm up, and let it come meet you. Next, we're going to take what's called puppy pose. Slightly bake the knee, but it's a little bit beyond the hips. You'll tilt the hips back and walk the hands forward. This is going to create a lot of space in that chest area. So drop to wherever feels comfortable. Some people may have their chest flat and chin on the ground. You may be up here. Just go wherever is comfortable for you. And if it helps, go ahead and put that block underneath your chest. Remembering to come back to the breath here. This can be a little bit intense. Coming back up, we'll bring the hands back beneath the shoulders. You can come in, different the plank on the back. Plant your feet, so go ahead and tuck the toes underneath you. Lift the hips. And come into a downward facing. Feel free to pedal up the feet here, especially if this is your first time to do it. Let's walk our feet to the top of our mat, feeding our hands. From your forward fold here, inhale, lift hands all the way up overhead. And exhale, we're going to do what's called lion. So arms will come to cactus or goalpost arms. Lean back, opening up through the chest. Heavy exhale. Inhale in. Exhale, let's focus. Inhale, lion. Inhale in. Exhale, swan dive all the way down. Halfway lift on your inhale. Exhale, fold, hands point, feet step back into a plank. Roll your shoulders up your hands. Exhale, feel free to do this from a plank or on your knees. Take your chaturanga, so arms bended at 90, pressing forward into your upward facing dog. And exhale, meaning looking down. Taking a few breaths here. Let's do it again. Feet walk forward to the hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale again. Swan dive. Halfway lift. Hands step or hop the feet back. Chaturanga from plank or knees. Pressing forward into upward dog. And meeting in downward dog. We're going to take that one more time to make sure we're nice and warm. And then we'll slow down and take it a little easier, okay? Inhale, lift. Exhale, in. Lift. Swan dive. Halfway. Fold. exhale, or fold here. Maybe swaying the hips back and forth to the shoulders. The big moves as much as you need. Point the hands, step chaturanga, upward dog, and downward dog. From here, lengthen the right leg. Bring your knee to your nose, look forward between your hands, and step your foot down between the knees. Staying up on the ball and toes of your left foot. Reach the arms up overhead into a crescent lunge. And then turn the right foot so it's parallel to the back edge of the mat. Keeping the top of your body facing forward in line with the hips. So you won't be perfectly parallel to the front. Turn, warrior two. Inhale, and on your exhale, exalt. Left hand comes to the back of the left knee, right arm lifts overhead. See if you can bend a little bit deeper into that right knee. Inhale, straighten through the front leg. We're going to bump the left hip back, keeping our arms in line. Lean forward as much as you can, and then tilt. This may be a great place for a block. You can bring the ground a little bit closer to you. And our gaze can stay down in the right hand or up at the left hand. Inhale, coming back up. Roll the hands out a little bit. Turn the right foot so it's facing parallel with the left. Both will be toward the long edge of your mat. Inhale, and exhale, fold forward. Wide-legged forward fold. Now hands can come forward here, back behind, hang down, whatever feels good in your body. I find to get the best stretch here, I like to lean forward a little bit onto the balls of my feet. And as I inhale, I'll lengthen my spine. And exhale, I kind of think about rotating the thighs inward. Inhale, straighten through the spine. We're going to turn our right foot toward the top of the leg again. Bend the left. And step that foot to meet the leg. Inhale, back up. Exhale, line. Lift. Down. Step our right foot. Optional chaturanga here. Feel free to just go straight to a down dog if that feels good. Instead of vinyasa, I don't want to make you do too many. Breathe here for a moment. Think about bringing the hips toward the sky and keeping the spine long. On your next inhale, lift the left foot, bend the knee, look between your hands as you bring your knee to your nose, and step that left foot between the hands. Staying up on the ball of the right foot, sweep the arms up, crescent. Rotate the right foot, warrior one. And opening up into warrior two. Inhale. On your next exhale, exalt. Maybe bending deeper into the left knee. Inhale, back to warrior two. Straighten the left leg. Bump that right hip back. Hitch as much as you can forward before tilting into your triangle. Try to keep the shoulders in line with each other here. So you shouldn't be way forward like this. You want the hand to be behind the ear. Maybe imagining that you're up against a wall. Inhale, back up to the top. Turn your left foot to meet the right. Both parallel to the edge of the mat. And again, we'll take a wide-legged forward fold. I'm going to turn so I don't just hit you guys with my booty. Maybe trying a different hand position this time. Hands could be on the outside of the feet or the legs. You could cross them. Maybe opening. Just play around and see what feels good in your body. Your next inhale, let's plant the hands underneath us. Coming up, hands to hips. Right foot points toward the top of the mat room. Left leg bends and steps up to meet the right. We're going to come up onto our toes. Maybe bend down first. Come up onto the toes and fold into a little yoga ball. And roll down onto our bottom. Maybe bringing it back toward the center of our. Let's begin with the butterfly position. Bottoms of the feet together, about 6 inches in front of the center of your body. Lengthening through the spine, maybe grabbing the feet. Take any movements here that feel good. If that's too intense, feel free to bring the feet out further into a dive. Go ahead and cross the legs, taking the opposite foot in front than you normally would. Bring the arms up overhead and twist the left, taking the good hand to the outside of the left knee. Feel free to tent the fingers in the back as we don't want to be leaning back. Hunched, we want to stay long and tall through the spine. Inhaling and lengthening. As we exhale, we can twist further. So the gaze is out beyond the left shoulder. Inhale, both hands come back up. Exhale, twisting to the right, the left hand on our right knee. Inhale them back up. And exhale them down. We're going to come to our peak pose now. So this is fish pose. I'm going to offer several variations here. So take any, all, or none that feel good for your body, okay? So fish pose traditionally is a back bending pose that really opens the chest intensely. There are several ways to do this, and again, don't go beyond your means just to try and do the most intense thing. Just take whatever feels comfortable. So one option is to keep the legs crossed. You can take block, bolster, or folded pillow behind you, and you can either take it vertically or horizontally. We'll try vertically first, and then I'll be rolling back onto it. So it's kind of between the mid back and the shoulders. And laying the head down. This gives a nice opening for the chest. If that feels funky, feel free to turn it horizontally so it's under the shoulder blades. You can also take the knees or straight. Then you can do the same variation with a folded long pillow, a smaller cushion, or a bolster. The other option, with or without underneath, is going to be to roll up and place your hand under your glute on both sides, coming down onto the elbows. And this is where you can have a block underneath for some extra stability. But open up through the chest, arching the back like we did in that cow pose earlier. And you can hold the head here, hold it up, or gently let it drop back. And you can even do this with crossed legs or any other variation that we've practiced here as well. There are a lot of variations to this, so if you are very advanced, feel free to take arms out extended with your balance on the crown of your head. I will not be exhibiting that one for a fall today. That is not in my practice. Remember to keep breathing here. Be counting the inhales and exhales again. You're ready to come out. Gently lift the head. Remove any props beneath you. Remove the hands under the glutes if they're there. And roll down onto our back. Bringing the knees into the chest. Rocking gently left and right. So forward if that feels good. Or take the knees in circles. Bring the feet to the ground beneath the hips, beyond the hip. And then lift both hands up to the sky. Go ahead and cross them, so one is over the other. And fold them around you, hugging underneath each shoulder. Nice counter pose after we just did kind of an intense back bend. and chest opening. It's nice to allow our muscles to recoil and feel free to take windshield wipers with the knees here. I'll bring them left and right. Our last pose is going to be plow. You're going to see advanced one, so if you are not comfortable with this, feel free to stand. You can also take a block underneath the hips and simply with the legs. That's a great variation, modification for this. If you'd like a little bit more intensity, feel free to bring the legs up, hands behind the hips. This can be as far as you go, or drop the feet behind the head. Keeping everything in line here, hips pretty much above the shoulders. You can relax the legs if you want, let the knees hang by the ears. Inhale, lift back up, and roll down gently. Finally, let's take a few windshield wipers. Bring our knees back into our chest. This one, lifting our feet up and sort of putting them as though we're standing on the ceiling. Bend your knees and grab the outsides of your feet. So you're going to be inside your knee and outside your foot. Again, feel free to rock back and forth here. You can extend a little, one at a time, or both. Whatever feels good in your body today. Bring the feet back together. Now in front of your center, creating that diamond shape again. And let's do either goalpost or diamond arms on top as well, bringing the hands together above your head. And come back to our breath here. This is a variation of goddess pose, which is a very receptive and open pose. Again, signaling openness to abundance, prosperity, opportunity. Put blocks under the knees if this is intense. When you're ready, take an inhale, and as you exhale, straighten the leg down. It's following the line like I do. You'll find yourself in Shavasana. Bring the arms down to the sides, rolling the shoulder blades underneath you. Take any last movements, get out of nice wriggles. Be fidgety for about 10 seconds and then try to commit to staying very still. As you relax in your final pose, I invite you to notice anything that came up for you when I talked prosperity and abundance. If there felt any tightness in your chest, any discomfort at those words, any sense of not deserving those things, or feeling uncomfortable by the thought of receiving. If none of these came up, that's wonderful. It just means you're an open channel, receptive already. And if those things did, that's fine. Notice it with neutrality. Allow it to just be what it is without judgment. But I invite you to picture, with your eyes still shut, a wall that forms up and around you, made of bricks, but not sturdy. Kind of a crumbly brick wall that looks like it was thrown together over time. These stories and limiting beliefs come from our past, different experiences that we've had, where we heard things like money doesn't grow on trees, or we don't have time for that, or that's not for people like us. Each of those can throw a brick onto the Bible until eventually we have this wall surrounding us, blocking us from things that would love to come in. Simply notice that this wall exists without delving deeply into the story or trying to remedy it. Let's take a moment to shift your attention to what is already present, the abundance that already exists in our lives. Whether this is the relationships with people that we have, love from family members or friends or pets, maybe the roof over our head, we tend to forget to show value and gratitude for. Maybe it's the body that allowed you to show up and do this practice today and carried you throughout. As you think about all of the things in your life that bring you joy, let's imagine that wall beginning to crumble. Each time we did a heart opening exercise, we pressed against the boundaries of this wall, and those rickety bricks got a little less stable and a little less stable. And as we open ourselves to gratitude, noticing what's already around us, we notice that we do have abundance already. And this wall is not necessary. We don't need it for protection. And we can allow it to crumble and fall around us. So we may be open to more opportunity and more abundance that wants to come in, for which we will be equally and more grateful. I'd like to close with a quote from Eckhart Tolle, which simply says, "Acknowledging the good that you already have in your life is the foundation for all abundance." Thank you for being here today. Please thank yourself for showing it. I wish the very best for you. This will be a series. This heart opening series will last for 4 weeks. So please feel free to join again next Sunday. And thank you all for being here. Namaste.